Hello, everyone. I thought I'd just go live just to kind of update all of our viewers and let you know what all these videos are that are popping up on this channel. So, as you know, I'm sure, I hope that you know, is I wrote the three children's books, Robbie's World and a Spectrum of Adventures. It's book one, book two, book three. They came out in 2021, 2 years ago. I was on the Today Show, and then I was on other podcasts and radio shows, things like that. And a couple of the podcasters had said to me, "You should do your own show." And I thought that actually was a good idea because there were a lot of people I wanted to talk to and things I wanted to learn, and I wanted to stay updated about what's going on in autism world. And what better way to stay up to date than to um, talk to people that are living it and find what's going on in their lives, and how can we help everyone? So you see the spectrum perspectives, right? That one has been rolling. That rolled for a year, and then all of a sudden they stopped. And the reason is because I started a foundation that began in April of last year, 2022. And I've gotten so busy with that, I don't have the time to edit the Spectrum Perspectives videos. So things just slowed down this month, and I was able to edit two of them. So those just popped up. So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the foundation. So in October 2021, I had a retreat for autism moms, and it was at a small hotel in New Providence, where I live in New Jersey. And we gave the moms massages and lunch. I brought in some speakers. They had a great time. A friend of mine had helped me raise a little bit of money so we could do it for free. Okay. But the issue that we ran into was that people were saying, "Okay, what's the name of the foundation? Who do I write the check out to?" I said, "Well, it's just me. It's no foundation." So I decided I need to do this. And this is the way God works in my life. I happened to have a client at the time who's an attorney. He owns a couple of buildings, and commercial buildings where there's doctors' offices and things like that. And I helped him choose paint colors several times for several of the buildings. And then he said, "Okay, I need to pay you. What do I owe you?" And I said, "Well, hold on. Do you set up foundations?" And he's like, "As a matter of fact, yes, I do." So we bartered. So he set up the foundation for me, which was great. And it didn't cost me much money. I mean, I had to pay some stuff to the government, but I saved a lot of money by doing it that way. So it takes a couple of months. And so it was finally official in April of last year, which was great. So then 6 months later in October, we had a fundraiser, and you'll see that video as well. The fundraiser was, I did a comedy night. We had a couple of comedians. I had Kirk Smith. He actually came to the first retreat. I had Kirk Smith come because I think comedy is important. I believe that laughter does good like medicine. So, and I worried about moms being depressed. So I thought it was good for them to come and laugh. So Kirk came to that. I brought Kirk back again for my comedy night. We did a wine tasting also, but that cost too much money and not enough people sampled the wines. So I learned a lesson on that one. We were going to skip the wine tasting next time and just make it a comedy night. We did baskets. So a friend of mine, we spent the entire month of September walking around and visiting all the businesses in the 3-town radius, and visiting all of them and getting gift certificates and gift baskets and stuff so that we could do all of that. So that was really time consuming. And then pulling together the whole fundraiser. It's a lot of planning, between the decorations and, pulling it all together. So that's when the Spectrum Perspective stopped, right? I think the last episode was in August, and then September, October were completely taken over with the fundraiser. Then the holidays came, and then in January, we had another retreat for moms. So this is a year later. This time I had it at a bigger venue because we outgrew the first space right away. So I had it at a Holiday Inn and at a church that's 2 miles down the road that's also a conference center. So they had a lot of big rooms that we were able to use. So you can watch that video. Okay, it's called Lemonade. Is what I call the retreats, when life hands you lemons. make lemonade. It's not necessarily about having a special needs child. It really came from when I tried to pull together the first retreat. A lot of things went wrong. I don't want to go into it. I was kind of screwed over by somebody that made big promises that didn't come through. And it was kind of a disaster. But instead, we were able to we pulled it together and did it a different way and had it at the hotel. So that was the lemons that turned into lemonade, and it actually turned out to be a very nice day. So so we had the fundraiser. We raised $8,000, something like that. That was able to pay for everything that we did at the hotel, because we give them lunch, dinner, comedians, DJ, massages, speakers, all that. I mean, we have to pay for the ballroom and all that kind of stuff. So, and the makeovers. Makeovers are an expense too, because the stylist gets all the moms a new outfit and we pay for it and they take the clothes home. So that was a lot of fun. So the moms enjoyed it so much, the second retreat. And we did this funny game we dressed them up in streamers and stuff. You can see it all in the video. But that was a bonding activity, and they all made new friends and they want to stay in touch. So I started a private Facebook page for those moms. Now, people that have watched some of my videos have requested to join that page. I'm not letting you in because it's private and it's only for the moms that already know each other. It's not for people outside from other states and all that. So don't be insulted. It's just that the moms requested that it stay private, so it's a safe space for them to talk to each other, and ask questions and talk about what's going on in their kids' lives. So they also want to get together again. And another thing that happened was I was going to try to do a retreat down at Toms River, which is down South Jersey. It's down by the shore, in February, and I couldn't pull it together. Nobody would return my call, or they weren't available on the date. The lady that was the hairdresser that was going to do the makeovers, she was going to be in Aruba, like first she said she could do it. Then she says, oh, wait, no, I won't be here. It was just one thing after the other. And finally I said, forget it. I'm pulling the plug. I'm not doing this one. But the hotel would not give me back my $500 deposit. So I said, all right, well, how about if we do it on a different date? He said, sure, not a problem. So I booked it in August, so that since we're down the shore, we might as well go to the beach, right? So I moved the date to August 15th and 16th. It's midweek. It's a Tuesday and Wednesday. This time it's open to the whole family. And they can bring husbands, they can bring their autistic kids. Some people have never been on vacation before. Some have never tried to go to the beach before. So this is sort of a perfect opportunity. They're in a safe space. And the beach we're going to is a state park. So it's a little, calmer. It doesn't have like the boardwalk and all that stuff going on, a little more private. So, but it does have a pavilion with bathrooms, and it's handicap accessible and all that. So I'm excited. I hope it's going to go well. Praying it doesn't rain. And so it'll be a 2-night thing. So they'll come on Tuesday night. We're going to do games at the hotel. I'm working on getting a DJ to come and do music and karaoke. I'll have puzzles and Legos. We'll play bingo, whatever other things that we can come up with. And then Wednesday, we're going to go to the beach for the day. We will have lunch at the beach, and then we'll come back to the hotel around 4:00-ish. They can swim in the pool at the hotel. And then that night, we're going to do pizza and a movie in pajamas. So they can come back, get all cleaned up, put their PJs on, bring their blankets and pillows down, and we'll lay down. And I have a giant screen for like outdoor movies and a projector, and we'll just project probably a Disney movie for everybody to watch, and we'll have pizza in pajamas. So because I planned a second event, I needed to have another fundraiser. So I pulled it together really quickly in April, since it was Autism Awareness Month, and I decided to do a bar crawl. And since Autism Speaks does a lighted up blue, I just decided to call it a blue bar crawl. But also just because all of my branding and logos and everything are blue, and I feel like that was Robbie's favorite color was blue, and he had those pretty blue eyes. So we called it a blue bar crawl. We didn't really go to bars. We went to local restaurants that we have in town, where you could stop in and have a little bite and have a drink and then walk to the next place. So my town is very small. It's all three places are all within 1 block of each other. So you just walk from one to the other to the other. That's another video that I put up that you can watch. So we raised a few $1,000s on that one, which was good. So that will help pay for the beach bash. So so that's what's been going on. It's just sort of happening. I didn't plan for a beach bash. I didn't plan to do a bar crawl fundraiser. It just sort of fell in place and happened. The next one that I'm working on is another thing that just sort of fell in my lap, which is pretty amazing. So you're probably going to see a lot of videos about this popping up. Is a woman who she has a ministry and a foundation, but she bought a mansion in South Orange, New Jersey, up on the hill. It has a huge ballroom. Like you could fit my house in there 2 or 3 times. It's so big. It was built in 1924, and in the basement, it has a real speakeasy. I was like, shut up. I just thought that was fascinating. You go downstairs into the basement, and it has a round wooden door, and it's like the secret door that you had to do the secret knock and say the secret password and get in, and you go downstairs, and there's a bar down there, all during the Prohibition. And I told her, I said, this is a perfect house for a designer show house. And she didn't know what that was. I explained it to her because I participated. Here it's called the Mansion in May. That every other year the hospital does it as a fundraiser. They find a different mansion every time, and they invite interior designers to come in, and each designer chooses a space and they design each room in the whole place. And then they open it up as a tour to the public. Everybody pays a fee to get in. They get thousands and thousands of people that come. They raise hundreds of thousands of dollars. And they go through and they tour the mansion, and everybody loves it. It's a beautiful day. You have lunch, all the ladies like to come. It's a good girls' day out. And I told her, this mansion of yours is perfect for a show house like that. And she said, she asked me, would I do that for her? Would I create a designer show house at her space? And I said, well, I could definitely pull it off. I could do it, and I would, but I need the incentive, and I'll do it if the money goes to my foundation. I said, if the money goes to autism and to my foundation, I would do it. And she said, I would do that. I was like, okay, we'll see. So May came around right now. I took her to the mansion in May. I showed her what the designer show house was. She flipped out. She absolutely loved it. And here's the funny part. You walk into this mansion, you walk down the hallway and you look at the pretty wallpaper, and then you go down to, there's a big long living room down the end, and we walked around the living room, and then you come back out, and the first room on your right, small room, probably is maybe a small bedroom, maybe. And I walked in, and the designer put a bar in there and hung up a sign that said speakeasy. I said, you've got to be kidding me. All the houses that I've been into in designer show houses, I've never seen anybody create a speakeasy in a room. And the woman that owns the other mansion, I showed it to her, and I said, well, here you go. If you were looking for a sign, if we should do this, here it is. And it's a literal sign that says speakeasy. So it looks like we're probably going to do that. So it will be May of next year, of 2024, and her mansion turns 100 years old next year because it was built in 1924. So in October, we will open the house up for interior designers to come, check out all the rooms, choose what space they want to design, and then they have a month to submit their design, and then we'll choose which designers will do which space. And then in around February, we open the doors and let them come in and start painting and renovating and getting the place done. I'm working on getting sponsors. if you have a business and you work in that space, definitely looking for sponsors. You're going to get great publicity all over New Jersey. Thousands of people come to these show houses. There's a major paint company that I've already talked to that is interested. Don't have them 100% committed yet, so I don't want to give it away. But once I have them on board, it will prove our legitimacy. So that's coming up. So that's going to keep me really busy. So here and there, you'll see some. I still like doing my podcast. I still like to interview people. So here and there, you're going to see some of those pop up. But more so, most of the videos are going to be what's going on with the foundation. So I want to mention one of the ways that I was able to raise money that was so easy was on Facebook when it was my birthday. You know how they have you choose a foundation for your birthday if you'd like to raise money. Okay. I've added Robbie's World Foundation. It's official. It's an official real 501c3 and it's registered with Facebook now. So if your birthday rolls around, you can just choose Robbie's World Foundation. You can say this foundation means a lot to me, blah, blah, blah. And people will donate and they send us a check to Robbie's World Foundation. You can also go on my website and there's a donate button. You can just click that and it goes right through PayPal. You can always do that as well. And if you'd like to get involved in the show house in any way, just email me and you can do that through the website. So everything's on the website, robbiesworldbook.com, ROBBIE, robbiesworldbook.com. You can see I have a foundation page on there. Everything that's going on, you can find out there. You can email me through the website. You can donate through the website. Everything's on there. Okay. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook. I changed the name of my Facebook page also to Robbie's World Foundation. Okay. It's no longer Robbie and Me Autism Reality. Okay. It's just Robbie's World Foundation. So you can get in touch with me on there too. Okay. All right. I got to hop on a Zoom. I'm going to sign out. That's it. Have a great summer, everybody. Okay. Bye-bye.